welcome to the Grimfrost Podcast. Today's guest is Veronica Björkman, Destination Manager at the Birka World Heritage Site. So, Veronica, welcome to our longhouse.
Thank you.
Great to have you here. Finally.
Yes.
Yes. So we'll just dive right into it because you live on Björkö, the island where the Viking city of Birka is located. And you're the destination manager of the Birka World Heritage Museum and all that stuff. So, but how long is the drive from there to here? Because I mean, it's not that far as the bird flies, but it takes a little while, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's a lot of car ferries and boat transports, and yeah. So it's a little bit.
It's not just straight driving.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
But yeah, but is it your first time here in Karlstad?
Actually, yes, in the city center anyway. So.
Okay. Where have you been otherwise?
Yeah, a little bit outside. My sister lives there.
Oh, okay. What do you think? It's a nice little town.
Yeah. It feels like a big town in a small shell or
a
something.
Little bit, yes.
Yeah.
I have to apologize to all my friends here in Karlstad and Värmland for calling it a little town, but yes, I'm as you. I grew up in Stockholm, so compared to Stockholm, it is a little town. But yeah.
But it's nice, and the sun always shines here. So
they say it does. Yes, and in a way, it's true. Not today, though, unfortunately. But yeah, I thought it was kind of misty, at least when I drove in. But
immediately when you met me, the sun was shining.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. All right.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
But that's not why you're here to talk about Karlstad. Because a large part of your life, or daily life, is about Vikings. So how did your interest in Vikings and the Viking Age start in the first place?
It started when I was really young. I always been interested in history. And then it really bloomed, I think, in the end of the 90s when I was living in Strängnäs kommun on an island called Selön, which have around 26 runic stones.
Oh, really? Oh.
And the municipality then asked us to do something that put this little island on the map. And we decided to do a Viking market and a Viking festival. So then I start to look around and what we could do and talk to reenactment groups and join them on other markets and just fell in love with all the reenactment things. And
so when was this?
It was 2001 or 2.
Okay.
I think. So we had the first festival 2003.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's when your interest started. So you weren't interested in Vikings before that, or?
Yeah. I always been interested in history and all the sagas and all thing around that. So history has always been a big subject in my life, but not like work with a professional or so. And I wanted to be an archaeologist when I was a child, but then people say that, okay, this is not a good thing if you want to earn money. So, but
I've heard similar.
Yeah. Yeah. So we started this festival. It's called Stallarholmens Vikingafestival. And it was really, really fun and met a lot of new friends and started with reenactment. And then I decided that I want to change direction in my professional life. So I started to study in the university in Stockholm. And I will study history, archaeology, pedagogic things. And then I have quit work, so I need to have a job during the summer. And then I found out that they were hiring guides on Birka.
Oh, okay.
So I started to work there as a guide, and that was 2008.
I see. Because Birka is very amazing. We're going to talk more about that. But I was actually curious about the Viking festival at Stallarholmen. Is it still around?
Yeah, it is. So every year, the first weekend of July, they have this festival, and it's really, really nice. It's like a family festival, but there's a lot of reenactment groups with children coming, and it's a lot of tourists that come with children and family, and they have like big park for kid activities and like archery and battle shows and funny game shows, and yeah, it's really nice.
All right, that sounds amazing. Actually, that's like a festival that kind of flew under my radar for sure for a long time, and I grew up not far from Strängnäs. And I know Stallarholmen not well, but I know the island, obviously. So, that was interesting. Maybe I have to go there sometime.
Yes, we can meet up there, have a beer.
That would be nice. That would be very nice. But what fascinates you so much about Vikings and the Viking Age?
I think it's that they were brave, and they were like sailing over the sea, and they didn't really know what they were supposed to meet. And I love crafts, and they were really, really good craftsmen. And it's like something mysterious, and so it's an aura of interesting things.
I think I agree with you a little bit there, because I mean, obviously, the adventure aspect of the Viking Age is absolutely insane. I mean, crossing the Atlantic in an open ship.
Yeah,
it's just like, imagine doing that today, like being out there, like no land in sight for weeks. And you're in an open ship, like there's nothing shielding you from the environment. That's the right stuff.
Yeah, and they must have been so brave and full of self-confidence, and
And I actually pictured it a bit like worse than going to the moon. Like when they did going to the moon, at least they knew where they were going.
Yeah.
And that they were aiming for something, but just going into the unknown like that, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, and as you said, the arts of the Viking Age is absolutely beautiful.
It's so beautiful, and the crafts and the designs is so beautiful, and also like the sagas and the myths and the gods, and it's really, really fascinating.
It is. So Birka. Birka obviously is known for its thousands of burial mounds, prominent graves, important finds, and obviously the city and the garrison. But when in history did Birka flourish?
Except from during the Viking Age.
Well, I mean, I guess it is during the Viking Age. That's when it started. But like what time period during the Viking Age was like the...
In the middle of the 700. When they have done excavation on the Black Earth, that you call the town area.
Excuse me.
And they come deepest down in the culture layer, they find out that they are around 750 something.
So that's like when it started.
Yeah.
In a way. So how long is the history of Birka?
The history, of course, is longer because we have Bronze Age graves and stuff on the island. But I think that like the town was built like 750. And the history is until today, actually. But if you mean was the town was active, it's around 970, 975, when Birka was like attacked and moved very, very fast.
Oh, wow. So how many people lived there?
Some smart, clever person have counted out that it maybe was around 1,000 people living there all year round in the town area.
Okay, and who were these people? I mean, obviously, for the time, a rather big settlement.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was, and I think it was craftsmen and even maybe slaves that was living there all year round. When they did excavate the part of the town area, they found out that the town was built by plots, small similar plots, and they could see that the size of the plots, they have been like constant from the beginning till the end, and that showed that somebody had control of it. So somebody decided which one could have their craft there or their trading or something. So this is my opinion, but I think that there were maybe rich farmers or traders around Lake Mälaren area that was given plots on the town to by the king or something, and they could like do their business there. But I don't think that there was this rich farmers that was standing there by the fortune or something. They have people hired to do the craft for them, I think. So they lived on a nice longhouse somewhere around.
And then they traveled to Birka to do their business, and so they only had like a little, like almost like a shop.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's a workshop.
But does that mean that? I mean, obviously, it was a huge trading spot in like what's a hub basically where a lot of people came to trade. That must have meant that there were other. What do we know about the facilities that were actually at Birka? Like, I mean, if so many people gather that are not living there, there's got to be some, I don't know, restaurants.
Yeah, of course.
Places to stay.
Yeah, and we don't know so much because it's just a very, very small piece of the town area that is excavated. It's 3 plots that have been excavated. And then they also had a excavation in the sea bottom outside with divers that have been excavated on the sea bottom. And they found that it's been like a big activity around the harbor. And they found a lot of like broken spoons, plates and things. So, yeah. One of them said to me during the excavation that, wow, maybe it could have been like a bar or inn here close, and they have just throw everything out from the the garbage into the lake. So
it's interesting that it survives, though. But Lake Mälaren has a very special climate for that, isn't that right?
Yeah, and a very special clay.
Yes.
So we have the blue clay, and the blue clay is very fat and lack of oxygen. So the things get like preserved in the clay. And
that's crazy.
Yeah. It's totally crazy. I was there once when they come up with a big like lump of clay and said, "Oh, I think I found something," and they start to pour water on it, and it start to smell tar. And they found like a big lump of linen fabric that was filled of tar, and it was wrapped around a wooden stick. And it still smells tar, like 1,000 years after. That's crazy.
So it's something that used to like a tar a boat with or something that just
probably, or maybe as a torch.
Oh yeah,
I don't know, or like pull tar on the boat. I don't know what I used it for, but
that's so cool because it's like 1,000 years, and it's like it was thrown in yesterday.
And it's crazy. And it's in the exhibition now in Historical Museum in Stockholm, so you can go and look at it.
I have to do that. See if I can smell the tar.
Cool.
So, I mean, obviously, Birka had like a 200-year history. So, how important was Birka during the Viking Age, and why was it so important?
I think that it was like a very important place because it was like a western outpost from the Silk Road. So, and you can see that Birka grows quite fast. So it was, of course, much smaller in the middle of the 700, and then it grew very quickly in the middle of the 800. You can also see the in the graves, or also that there are a lot of items from the east. So, yeah, I think it was very important, and also I think that it was like you said before, like a hub, that the people were meeting there, and they trade with the Sapmi people from the north and buy fur from them. That they were like preparing in Birka, and then they export it to the Arabic world, and they were very exclusive with that kind of furs, and they also imported material for making iron from the Dalarna area. So,
yeah, because Sweden had or what is today Sweden, obviously, but Scandinavia in general, they had some very specific, like fur is one thing that a lot of export with fur. But do we know what they imported then from, like, that came the other way? So what did they trade with? Do we know?
Yes, silver. Of course, we found a lot of Arabic coins and silver things, and of course, like honey and herbs and that kind of things, and silk.
Oh, of course.
So they have found traces of silk in Birka from China and India. So it's really cool.
That's crazy. And also, well, this was not on Birka, obviously, but the Buddha statue.
Yeah.
Where was that? That's
Helge.
Helge, yes.
Yeah.
That's where that is.
Yes.
That's fantastic in many ways. I think.
That history is a history of itself.
Yeah.
The Buddha statue, it's really cool.
Yeah. So let's talk about the city and the fortress and the garrison. So what was the layout of the city? How would you describe it? You said like there was like very specific size plots, but like, can you describe it a little bit more?
Yeah, I think everything started in the harbor, because the harbor was, of course, a very, very important place when you're on an island.
Of course.
And then out from the harbor, the town was growing in like a sun feather formation or something, with straight roads that goes from the harbor over the town. And then around it was a town rampart built. And I think that the town rampart was not so much as for protection. I think it was more like a economical and juridical fence more than for protection.
Okay.
Because there are like from the Vite Anskari, the chronicle about the first missionary Anskar in them, that tell about an attack on Birka when 40 Danish Viking ships are laying outside, and they threaten to attack and burn the town. And then they say that all the 1,000 people that was living in Birka was running up in the hill fort, and they stayed there for 3 days.
Yeah, because the hill fort, if you visit Birka, it's quite a big hill where you can still see the foundation of the wall.
Yeah.
Even today. So how important was the fortress to fend off attacks? And I mean, would you say it would be equivalent to like a medieval fortress, or how would you categorize it?
No, it's not like a medieval fortress. It's a big rampart that is going like around this small mountain. So the mountain was going very deep directly into the sea on one side, and then they have built like the rampart around. And it was, I don't remember my measurement like now, but it's quite big.
Yeah,
hill fort. And on top they have like a wooden rampart. So, and they have like 3 gates into the fort.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that the Danish lay siege.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn Danes. But so they lay siege. But how do we know anything else about like how common attacks were at Birka? Because obviously, if you know anything about Vikings, is that they raided and they often fought wars against each other. And obviously, Birka being a major trading spot, it would have been a rich place to plunder, I would assume. So do we know how much this was actually a place where there were attacks?
Yeah, in excavations you can see that it's been attacks. For example, they had excavated a piece of the hill fort rampart in the beginning of the 2000s, I think. And they could see that the rampart have been burnt down several times, but they have like built it up stronger and stronger until the last one, when it was like burnt down and never built up again.
Okay, yeah. So it was quite common then, I would assume, during these 200 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So the garrison obviously was situated. That was situated outside the fortress, right? Can you tell us about the garrison and the guards that manned it? Who were they?
I think they were hired. I think they were professional. And from the excavations of the garrison, we know that they were around 40, 50 warriors that was working there for protect Birka. And a lot of items also show links to the east, items that they found during the excavation there.
So what kind of items, and how do we know that they are from the east? Would that mean that it's a person who's been to the east, or it's actually people from the east that...
It's hard to know. The things can have come to Birka by trading. It could be people that are from that area, and it could also be people that been a part of the Rus groups. So,
because the Rus obviously were originally, Vikings from Sweden, connected to Roslagen, if I'm not mistaken, or at least they made that etymology connection, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like some old things that they say that Rus is called Rus because they come from Rurik and he come from Roslagen. But that is not. It's not sure. It's not
It's a theory, maybe.
It's a theory more. I also read something that Rus mean rowing, and that it is meant like the guy that was rowing.
Makes sense. Because Vikings did a lot of rowing, for sure. Yeah, all right. Well, let's maybe move away from that. But like, so you would say that in many ways, Birka was a multinational community.
Yeah.
and obviously a lot of prominent people lived in the city or used the city or had their business in the city. And we found you found some of their graves, but three of them is a part of the museum exhibit at Birka. So can you tell us a little bit about those three
characters?
Characters, yes.
Yeah.
Good word.
We had opportunity to make a new exhibition, and we wanted to show the Viking life, and so we decided to reconstruct 3 graves from 3 different centuries. So we chose one grave from the middle of the 700s when Birka was in the baby start or something.
Okay.
In the beginning,
early days.
Yes. Early days. So we wanted also, because most graves on Birka are excavated during the 1800s, and it's very few that is excavated during modern times. So we wanted to have one of these graves. So we chose the Moose Man.
Oh yeah, that's an interesting character. Can you tell us about the Moose Man?
The Moose Man. He was in around his 60s, and he is buried very normal. He's laying on his back. He has spears and arrows and a shield that covers his body. So everything is normal there. But then it's another man laying on top of him in a very strange position, like he was just falling down in the grave. And he's been decapitated, and one of his foot is missing.
Oh, wow.
And
what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? Yeah. We don't really know. Probably he's been sacrificed down in the grave. And with help of DNA, they could see that both of them are from the Lake Mälaren area. So they are local people, both of them. But the younger man has been traveling around more, and they see it by this isotope analysis that they can do on the teeth. And he's also very strong, especially in his upper body. So maybe he's a very early Viking.
Oh, really?
Maybe he was in Saaremaa, in Salme.
Yeah, Salme. The
maybe.
Salme, yeah, maybe.
The time is right.
It's strange, though, if he's a younger man, like physically strong, like, so what do we know about the sacrifices? Not much?
No, not much. We know that sometimes that it's more than one person that is in the graves. We also know it from the sagas and from, for example, the Ibn Fadlan texts that describe like all the crazy things that happen around a funeral.
Yeah, he describes the funeral of a chieftain.
Yeah.
And how they sacrifice a female slave, I think, connected to this, and it's a really gruesome story.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's really, and there's a lot of strange things going around.
Very strange. Yeah. But I was also curious too. What gave this particular character his name, the Moose Man?
Yeah, because he had a big moose horn.
Okay.
Just close by his head.
Like an antler?
Yeah, antler. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, wow. So just one?
Yeah, just one.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And I think they never found anything like it before.
But that's got to be weird, though, because, I mean, we have lots of moose in Sweden.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
and they're majestic animals. You would assume it would be, wow.
Yeah. And I also think that they maybe, because they have this religion, that they were a lot of animals in the religion, and maybe they also like think as they themselves as animal. You have the berserkers, the Ulvhednir.
Yes.
So that could be one thing. The other thing can be maybe he was a hunter. He had like
Quite
his
possible.
spear and the arrow was more like hunting tools than warrior tools.
Okay.
But they could, of course,
But it
use
still had
them
the
from
shield.
both. Yeah, still had the shield. So, of course.
That's so interesting. But what about the other two then?
So now we had decided that we have a typical male grave, but not typical because it was the other man in and something. But then we also wanted to have a typical female grave. So for the 800s, we chose a typical female grave, and we chose that one because it was a lot of fabric left in it. So we could look more into the fabric and reconstruct the clothes a little bit easier. Yeah, and the third grave.
Does she have a special name? Like
no, we call her the lady with the green beaker.
Okay.
Because she had a very, very beautiful green big glass in her grave.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, obviously not intact though, right?
Yeah, it was intact.
Oh, it was intact.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's very, very special. It's looked like something that your mother have in like a vase have flowers in during the 70s or something. It's very green, deep green, and a lot of bubbles.
That's amazing, actually. Glass obviously was like a very expensive commodity back in those days. So that must mean that she was a very prominent person, I assume.
Yeah, probably she was,
Crazy. So is there anything else that really sets this grave apart from the beaker?
Some things shows that maybe she was working with trading. And but it's a nice grave, and it's beautiful, like turtle brooches and things. So it's a typical female grave.
Yeah. All right. And then we have the third grave you're going to tell us about.
Yeah. And then we actually didn't have any opportunity to choose a grave from the 900s because we had to take the possible female warrior.
Okay.
Because we get so many questions about her, and people want to read about it, and they want to visit the grave, and they want to know more about.
And it was a spectacular grave in so many ways.
Yeah.
Not only because it turned out that the body buried belonged to a female, but also because of what was in it, right?
Yeah.
So can you describe the grave and the layout of the grave, because it's crazy in many ways? Yeah,
it's a chamber grave, and it's excavated in the end of the 1800s by Hjalmar Stolpe, and he excavated around 1,200 graves on Birka. And when he come to the place, it was like a very big rock, and it was, I think, 3 meters high or something. So he realized that this is something special under there, and it's also a very special place. It's just like between the garrison, the town, and the king's site on Hovgården. And everybody that was sailing through there could see this big rock. So he blew it up with dynamite.
As you would.
And he started to excavate, and he found a chamber grave that was filled with weapons, like 2 spears, sword, axes, a weapon knife, 2 shields. I think they never found so many weapons in a grave from the Viking Age before.
That's fantastic.
And then she also have like 2 horses, 1 stallion and 1 mare. She have a Nefla-Taffel game pieces.
Like this one?
Like this one, exactly like this one. Yeah. I've seen that before. Yeah. And so it became the powerful Viking warrior grave from Birka.
So you have this this exhibit at the museum, and I actually been there, and it's a very interesting and lovely exhibition, I think.
Yeah. So all like the real item from the grave is not at Birka Museum; it's in the Historical Museum in Stockholm.
Yes.
But we have done reconstructions of everything by help from very, very good craftsmen. So.
Yeah, it's well worth a visit, anyways. I mean, just to see what it would have looked like at the time, which I think is fascinating. But obviously, not everyone on Birka got like a massive grave like these 3.
No.
And as we already mentioned, there are many grave mounds on the island. It's I think. We talked once, and you called it a bit of a necropolis. But like, how many mounds are there on Birka? Do we know?
Actually, not exactly, because a lot of them have been like plotted away during history after the Birka was abandoned. But I think we have like 3,000 graves that are counted in some way, and then probably maybe 1,000 more. So around maybe 4,000 graves.
That's a lot of graves.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to the population, that seems like a lot of graves. Why? Why would there be so many graves there?
Yeah. It's really hard to know exactly. And it's also like very much different kind of graves. So it's the mounds that are cremated, and there are like just mounds. It's round-shaped, 4-sided, 3-sided, boat-shaped graves. There are chamber graves. There are chest graves. There are Christian chest graves. So they are flat graves. It's so crazy, and it's we need more science to like find out.
So
why and how?
How many? You said that about 1,200 was excavated. Graves was excavated.
Yeah.
So how many in total have been excavated of these 3,000, roughly 3,000?
Yeah. It's the same amount, around 1,200.
That's it. Okay.
Because Hjalmar Stolpe was excavating most during the 1800s, and I don't know, but I think I only know about 3 graves that have been excavated in modern times, and 2 of them just by accident because they were planning to excavate something else, and they find out that, wow, this is a grave here too. And one of them is the Moose Man.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because the plan there was to excavate a longhouse, and then his grave was just under the door.
Under the door?
Yeah.
I wonder, like, that makes you wonder if that was intentional.
Yeah. Or maybe it was like 100 years or something like between.
Somebody forgot. But it's like a door is a very specific thing of the house, isn't it?
Yeah.
So put that straight over the grave. It seems like it might, you can only speculate, I guess. Yeah. But, okay. So which prominent graves, besides these, the 3 ones that we already talked about, do you find most exciting? Because you probably have an insight in any grave actually that has been excavated that you know about. Which one do you find is the most exciting at Birka?
There are a lot of them. I think the grave BG 750. It's very beautiful because it's very, very nice, beautiful item from it. But it also include both female and male things. So that is really nice.
So is it one or two, or is it just one person buried there?
Probably two, like both a male and a female. But I think it's not so much bone in the grave.
Okay.
I think, and that is also one of the graves that are excavated again in modern times. I think around 2014 or something. So Hjalmar Stolpe excavated first, and then the Historical Museum in Stockholm wanted to find out what he maybe had missed when he excavated, and how much he excavated, and so on. So they opened the grave again.
Oh, I see. So is that common that they do that?
No, I think it's the only one I know.
Oh, really?
About.
So is there a reason why they did that? Like, I mean, obviously they wanted to see, but why were their interest piqued?
I think it was to find out how much he left, and more to check, how was the science doing the 1800s, and was there just out there to find silver and fancy things, or?
So they maybe just picked this because it was a good example grave to re-examine. Okay, I understand.
Yeah,
that kind of makes sense. So, I mean, there are thousands of defining finds from Birka. Everything from, you mentioned, weapons and jewelry, but also, as you said, to everyday objects, like wooden spoons and tools and even fabrics you mentioned. But do you have any personal favorite find that you've seen yourself, or that you've know of from Birka?
It's a lot of them, but I really like the Birka dragon, because when Hjalmar Stolpe was excavating in the 1800s, he found a mold of this dragon, and it's very, very sharp, so you can really see the design of it. And then when the University of Stockholm was excavating in I don't know, but in the 2012 or something, around there, they found the actual dragon.
Oh, cool.
So if you think about that, it's maybe 2% of Birka that is excavated,
and to find the mold and the dragon,
and how many more is there? And what is the thing with this dragon? Was it a symbol of the king? Was it a symbol of Birka? Because if you think of the falcon from the ruse or things, so it's a very good thing to fantasize about. Yeah. I mean, dragons are like so special, and it's fascinating that they're so common in different mythology across the world in many ways. So I can see how that would be a very, very, very interesting find. Yeah.
I haven't actually seen that myself. I have to look that up. That sounds so interesting.
Yeah. It's really, really, really cool.
Yeah. All right.
Otherwise, I think I mostly like things that point to the person. Like, for example, there are a wooden stick that is found in the black earth, and it's written in runes on that Tora was making this because she can, or
oh wow,
something that was very short version, but that is so touchable,
And
this Tora was sometimes like holding this stick in his hand, and she was carving these runes, and
it's sort of like a message through the generation.
Yeah.
And it's not something somebody didn't write this about her. It's her writing about herself. I agree. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Birka is special in so many ways, but it's also the place where at least the first known missionary to what today is Sweden, where he came, Ansgar. You already mentioned him.
Yeah.
Ansgar Vitae. So he chose Birka instead of Uppsala. Do we know why? Because, I mean, Uppsala was technically where the king was situated, even though obviously there was Hovgården at Adelsö across from Birka. But Uppsala, I guess, was the true seat of the political power of what was technically Sweden, I guess. But
yeah, but I think that there were more people maybe on Birka than in Uppsala. And I don't think that Ansgar chose Birka. I think he just got an order that you should go there.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah. I think the saga says, but they say like that the King Björn, he was like sending a letter to the great king of the Frankic Empire, and tell him that he wanted to have some Christian person on Birka.
Okay, why is that?
Probably because he wanted to trade with them.
Oh, okay.
I think.
So, because was it to try to like make a political and the trade like relationship with the Frankish? But what do you think he was interested in becoming Christian himself, or just like a?
It's nothing that say that he became Christian by himself, and also we also need to think that this is written by Rimbert, and Rimbert was of course a Christian person, so as always you need to read it with a little bit of
pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt. We know what they wanted to say with their stories, of course. But the stories say that he was sent here, and when he arrived to Birka after a lot of adventures, he was like welcomed. That the people was nicest to him when he come, and maybe that depends of that they already had like 20, 30 different gods. It doesn't matter if it come one or
another one,
two more.
Another one doesn't matter.
No.
But isn't it true that he was robbed though?
Yeah.
Or was that on the journey to
Yeah,
Birka?
the journey to Birka. He was like going with a trading ship, and the ship was attacked by Vikings outside the coast of Skåne somewhere. And they took the Bibles that he bring and all the gold and silver that he was going to give to the king. And they throw him overboard. And he need to swim into land.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's scary times. but he actually came to Birka twice, didn't he? So what else do we know about his visits in Birka?
This is the thing like we know most about Birka, because this is the only like written eyewitness sources that we have, and or it's not really eyewitnesses because it's written by Rimbert, and he was like written after Ansgar died or something.
Okay,
but it's the closest we have, and they say that he was welcomed, and he became a very close friend to the closest man to the king, and his name was Hegir. And Hegir gave him land to build the first church around 830 or something. But after 1.5 years or something, it became like a big problem because people get angry and they don't want to change the way he wanted.
Because because we had Johan Runer here 3 episodes back, and he talked about planning an excavation this fall, actually, together with Sven
Kalmring.
Thank you. This last name eluded me for a second. And they were going to examine what is believed to be the location of that church.
Yeah.
And according to Johan, it was previously like a pagan temple or like a pagan ritual site.
Yeah.
So do you know, like, I can assume obviously that's why people got pissed off because they built the church on their ritual site, maybe, but how do you know how the excavation has gone?
We really don't know yet, and we're waiting and waiting because they have sent things away to get some answer. And for example, this is one thing that could maybe say something more about the exact date of where the house was there. And they open a space, so it was like over one of the pole holes in the house, and then a bit outside the longhouse, and then down to these special stone rows where they think that the cult house and the church has been. But it was not so big excavation, so we really hope that it gets nice results so we can have more money so we can continue to excavate it.
So it's basically just making a probe to see what they find, and hopefully they can fund a bigger
and also
excavation.
to prove their theories.
So can you say anything about the finds, or do you want to wait?
I don't think I'm
curious.
allowed to.
All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna
say anything.
I'm not gonna press you more, but it's got to be exciting though to be around where like a place like this where you actually find a lot of historical things,
and it's so much more to know. It's so little that been excavated, and it's so much space for more things to come.
Yeah, exactly. Because Birka is an amazing place in so many ways, but it's amazing to visit there in general, I think. And so I wanted to actually lead into this a little bit with what's happening now and all that stuff with excavations. And is there anything else like that you know of that's being like researched on Birka, or any other major projects that are interesting?
It's like nothing more archaeologist things going on now except of the Korshamn project, but we also have another thing. We are planning to build a longhouse, and that is a reconstruction of the warriors' house from the garrison area, and that is really cool. And it would be even cooler if we could build this longhouse at the same time that they excavate another longhouse. That would be really, really, really amazing.
Why I think it would be. Can you explain that? Like why it would be so cool to do it like that?
Because
I think I know, but
but it's really cool that you can see when something is excavated, you can see like the roots of the thing, and that you can like follow the science of when they were open this longhouse. and then at the same time see the craft and the more hands-on things, and see like the craftsmen's building a house and see how it looked like. Because in an excavation you just see like dirt and dust, and you really need to have trained eyes to see it. But if you also see it in real life, you can see it grow up, and it's really cool.
That's exactly what I imagined, because I was saying that like you can kind of make the finds, the finds you do, you can implement them and see how it would have looked like in a 3-dimensional, in a very physical way, which I imagine must be like an insane experience, like almost like going back in time.
Yeah.
As close to time travel as you can get, if you can do that. Yeah, that's crazy. I would totally agree with you. That would be so cool. So anyways, I said Birka is an amazing place to visit, not only because of, archaeological stuff, but it's a place where you can actually feel and history unfold and almost see it unfold before your eyes. So can you tell us a little bit about Birka as a destination today, like for people who want to come visit Birka?
Yeah. I think the coolest thing with the island, except, as you say, the graves and the town area and the garrison and everything, it's the nature. It's a very, very untouched landscape.
Yes.
And the only thing that's been on the islands since the Viking Age is farms. So it's a very beautiful nature to walk around and to explore. And except of that, it's a very cute museum.
It's a lovely museum.
Somebody asked me.
Yeah, it is.
And we have two exhibitions.
Because you also have the reconstructed village there as well, which I think is really cool, because when you go into that, it's a few houses. But when you go into that, it's, again, almost like going back in time, as you said.
Yeah, exactly. And it's, I think it's 5 houses, and they are all reconstructed from the excavation of the Black Earth, the town area, in the 90s. So Ambrosiani, that was the guy of that was the leader of the excavation during the 90s, he excavated 3 plots. And all these 3 plots are reconstructed in another place close to the museum.
Yes.
So it's like a small piece of the town that's been.
So is it an actual, like, I guess like a block, that's how it would look like?
Yeah, it's the block of the town.
It's not just like that house and that house over there. It's just this area. We rebuild this area over here. That's really cool. I didn't know that, actually. That makes it even more fascinating, I think. Yeah,
it's really cool, and it's also nice how it grows up, because it was a teamed up the Strömma company that runs the public things, and the University of Stockholm and the government was like together working to make this, and they also make like a course in the university. So it was like Viking Age building techniques. So the student was doing the theoretical things during the autumn, and then during the spring they came out and they built in Birka. So it was really cool.
That's really cool, because then they get the hands-on experience as well.
Yes.
That's going to be fascinating for the students as well, I think. But I mean, I think personally the boat ride alone out to Birka from Stockholm is absolutely beautiful. The Lake Mälaren is beautiful, and I can recommend that like any time of year, actually, because it's so nice. And you do also have a restaurant out there, right?
Yes.
So, which is great to visit as well, I think. But like, how many people do you welcome each year to the island?
Yeah, I just got the numbers for this year. We have 2 weekends left open before we close for the season. But I think we have had around 35,000 visitors this year.
That's really good. Hopefully, this podcast will make more people interested in going there, because it is a beautiful place.
Yeah.
And you do guided tours. Like, how many tour guides, or how many guided tours do you do a day?
It depends a little bit when during the season, because we have like low season in early spring and autumn, and then during June, July, and August we have high seasons, and then I think we have around 6 guided tours every day in English and Swedish.
Yeah. I think it's an amazing place to go, and to I had the opportunity about, I hate to say it, but it's 25 years ago to go on a guided tour there together with Kalle Runrister, who you also know, of course, who lives on Adelsö across the street, and he gave us a guided tour there, and I was just to go among the grave mounds and up to the fortress and the like over the Black Earth and all that stuff, with someone who can tell you about this. It's such a different thing than going to a regular museum, I think.
Yeah.
So it's really well worth a visit with Birka, I think. And if you're interested in Vikings, it's amazing. If you're not, just the nature experience itself is great, I think.
Yeah.
So, and you actually live on Birka.
Yeah, I do.
That's great. Like, not on Birka, but Björka, where Birka is situated. So, like, how is that to live in that environment?
It's amazing. Actually, I live just in the middle of a burial ground. So I have...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have mounds in my garden.
Do you have a burial ground in your garden?
Yeah, I do. So it's crazy, and it's really beautiful, and like the seasons are so more exposed in Birka, I think, because you are like so close to the nature. So every season is so much more when you are in the town, for example. So yeah, it's really beautiful, and I was a little bit afraid in the beginning. I've been working there for a really long time, but I just lived on the island for 5 years. And I was a little bit afraid in the beginning that, okay, I will get cold feet during the winter, and I was feeling alone, and all the friends and families are on the mainland, and I'm alone on the island with my husband. But
cabin fever.
Yeah. But no, it's the best ever.
I totally believe you. I mean, obviously, it's really not that far to Stockholm, but it is an island.
Yeah.
And wintertime, you can't, like, the lake can be covered in ice, and could be tricky to get like to the mainland. Yeah,
and especially just the between time when the ice is not too thick enough to walk on, but it's thick enough to don't go with the boat. So
that's you got to prepare for that somehow. Yeah, I hear you. So I just remembered, I forgot you mentioned that you have about 2 weeks to go this season. What are your opening, like, when do you open them? Like, when do you close?
Yeah, we opened the first weekend of May, and we closed the last weekend of October.
So it's a very like short period of time you can go there.
Yeah,
but it's the best time though.
Yeah, it is.
Going there in February is not very nice, I think.
No, I think it's cool, but it can be a problem to go there, and maybe you can go there but not go home because of the weather. So that's a little bit
would
tricky.
make a problem. Yeah. Welcome to Birka, but you have to stay a week.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I mean, if you do go to Birka during your opening season, can you stay the night? Can you stay for a longer period of time, just exploring the island?
You can. We have some glamping tents that you can rent.
Nice.
So, yeah, you can.
So do you get to live like a Viking, though, or is it an actual glamping?
No, it's an actual glamping.
Oh, okay.
It is.
Maybe you should do like stuff where you get to live like a Viking and sleep on dirt.
Maybe we can do it when we have the longhouse, maybe.
Maybe. That would be cool. Yeah. Because, I mean, obviously longhouses, if like during the Viking Age, you would sit in there and feast, and when it was time to go to bed, you just lay down where you were sitting, basically, and slept there. Yeah. Well, yeah, that could work. Just feast all night, and then, all right, I'm tired.
Yeah, just roll over.
Yeah, exactly. So, now you are the destination manager at Birka, and you have all these things going on, like the guided tours and the reconstructed village and the museum and the restaurant and all that stuff that we talked about. But you also arrange a number of events each year, or theme days. What can you tell us about those? Like, like what events do you have that you feel strongly about, or just feel are fun?
Yes. It's so much fun. We have a lot of very nice different events, and I think the first one, the first big one we have every year is the Birka Historical Tattoo Fest. And that is not just a festival, it's like a community. It's it's so nice vibes and a lot of nice, cool, very good people coming, and
So what goes on during the tattoo fest? And
we have Viking markets, we have bands that's playing, we have a lot of workshops every day where you can learn to do different crafts, but also more like spiritual things, so like drum traveling, or it's a mix of a lot of different workshops. We have lectures, and we have around 40 tattoo artists coming.
Oh, okay.
So there's also like a tattoo convention mixed in all this other thing.
Yeah. Are they all hand poke?
Mostly hand poke.
Yeah.
Some is working with machine also, but all of them are specialized in historical ornament things.
Okay.
And it's not just Old North. It's also like Celtic, Slavic, Indonesian, a lot of different. So, and they are really, really hand-picked artists that is like the best in the world.
So how many years have you done this?
It will be the 4th edition, 2026.
Okay.
And it grows, and it's so cool because I found out it like the 2nd year or something had it when I was standing and looking at all things I have, and then like, wow, we have 250 people staying on this island for 4 days. And I think it must be the first time since the Viking Age that there's been so many people gathering and staying over at Birka at the same time.
That is, that's a very strange thought. I actually had a little bit of goosebumps.
Yeah, and it's so cool also because there are coming people from all over the world. I get goosebumps when a guy from like Hawaii was emailing and say, "Hi, I want to join you. How do I do?" Like, Hawaii. Yeah, I've never been to Europe before. Like, oh, God.
So you want to go to Birka? All right.
Yeah. So yeah, and it's so much fun and so much nice people. And
Hawaii, I mean, island. Then again, Lake Mälaren is slightly smaller than the Pacific Ocean.
A little bit smaller.
A little bit smaller, yes, yes. But yeah, that sounds really, really interesting. I knew about this tattoo festival. It's weird though, because always, like in May, is always my busiest time. But I actually wanted to go there.
Yeah.
A couple of times. So hopefully next year I will be able to, but we'll see.
Yeah, you are always welcome.
There's always something coming in the way, getting in the way from doing fun stuff like that. You know, maybe I should make time.
Yes.
If you can't find the time, make the time.
Good.
Yeah. So, are there any other events that you really enjoy?
A lot of them. We try to find something new every year, and also something that fits different groups of visitors. So we have, of course, like children activities. This year we have a dog event.
Oh, really?
For the first time. And it was the dog, the best friend of the Viking.
Oh, okay.
So it was Icelandic Sheepdogs Association that was on the island, and they show their dogs. And this dog breed is like the same as Icelandic horses, that they came with the Vikings to Iceland, and then they have like stayed there. And
but do they have the same rules for the dogs that like I know for the horses, if a horse goes away from Iceland, they can't come back?
I think it's the same with the dogs.
Okay, so they didn't bring their own dogs?
There are, of course, people that breed them outside Iceland too.
Yes, of course. Yes.
Some like the horses. So there was I don't know, kennel in Swedish.
Oh kennel.
Kennel.
English.
That was coming. So they have a lot of cute dogs that you could pet, and they have like dog parade, and they was having a small theater show about these dogs, but we also have serious lectures about dogs in graves and dogs during Viking Age.
Yeah, because there is a number of dogs that have been found in Viking Age graves.
Yes, a lot of them, and also a lot of different sizes, and also like, what did the dog have? What was the rule for the dog? Was it just hunting dogs, or were they pets, or what? Yeah. So, that was really, very, really cool. So I think we will continue to have it even next year. Then we have, for example, now, the last weekend, we will have the Alvablut, the Viking Halloween.
Yes, of course.
Where the visitors can meet a lot of different gods, and black elves and white elves.
Oh, wow.
And visit the real blut, sacrifice.
So the Alvablut, I think we should really talk about this, because obviously, as you say, it is the Viking Halloween, and so what can you tell us about the Alvablut? Because I think it's a really interesting part of like how this relates to other cultures as well. Because like on Ireland, you had Samhain and like the Halloween, which became the Halloween that we know. But then obviously, like in South America, you have Dia de Muertos and those things and it all kind of correlates. So, what can you tell us about Alvablut? What do we know about this festival?
The Alvablut was to celebrate the forefathers and the ones that have died, exactly as Halloween, and so it's like, okay, what was the hen and what was the egg? Where did it start? And it's interesting with this kind of phenomenon that is in a lot of different religions, in a lot of different parts of the world, that seems to appear at the same time. Maybe it was the Vikings that bring it to the north part of UK from the beginning, maybe. And then they have the Celtic thing, or I don't know. But it is to like celebrate that the dark is coming, and for the forefathers.
Yeah. I think it's a lovely tradition, anyways, and to remember those who went before you. So yeah, that sounds really nice, and that's actually how you close the year. Is that correct? Yeah. So that's the end of Birka, and then you had to get the hell out of there. At least, unless you live there.
Yeah, I need to stay there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sounds amazing. You know, unfortunately, this year I am occupied. Otherwise, I would go there for sure. It's maybe next year that could be something. So now we talked a lot about stuff, and we already mentioned the possible or the longhouse that you're planning to build. What other future plans do you have for Birka? As a destination?
Yeah. Yes, we need to gain visitors, because we just live on the entree things. The thing is that is the head of the island is the National Property Board, but they don't work with the public things, so they rent out the public area with the museum and the restaurant and everything to a private company. And we don't have any like support from the municipality or the government with money, so we need to earn everything. So if we want to like expand the activities and the area, we also need to gain more money. And to gain more money, we need to have more visitors.
Of course.
So we are like planning to do a lot of things. We need to go more out and show ourselves, and to make people to understand that it's worth to go there. Of course, we also want to have we have some animals there now. We have goats and hens, but it would also be nice to have more animals, more Viking life, working together with more reenactor groups, have a bigger program with events. We are planning actually to have a Kiwi Rose festival, and I think it's never been done before. Can you explain that? Like a Kiwi and Rose, is that what I think it is? Like a Maori? Not thing? Maori. I was like, Kiwi? Like that's New Zealand. Kiwian. Kiwian. Oh, I see. Like in Kiev. In Kiev, yes. I was like, wow, why would you do that? That sounds very strange. Okay.
So it's
sorry,
like
I didn't make the connection.
festival.
Yeah, I see.
So
okay.
that is something we're looking at now.
Yeah.
And I think we will manage to have it. And it would be really, really nice.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
So that would be an annual thing then?
Hopefully.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So like a bring in like reenactors and
yes, and like work together with the reenactment groups maybe from Ukraine. And that would be really, really nice.
That would be super.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I would go to that. Sure.
And it's
the working name is the Eastern Wind from Birka.
Ah, good one.
Yes, and then also looking into maybe to have a food festival.
Yes, because you have the restaurant already, so...
Yes,
yeah.
and I would like also to invite a lot of different chefs that is like good in Viking Age food. And maybe you can go around and try taste in different places, and also, of course, have lectures about Viking food and herbs and veggies and what they eat and how they take care of the food.
I like food. I'll be there.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, I think these are great ideas, and I think that you will definitely attract a lot more people with this. So
yes.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this works out. And as I said, I think Birka is well worth a visit, whether you're interested in Vikings or not. But obviously, it makes it a little bit more special if you are.
Yes.
All right. Well, it's been lovely talking to you, and we're closing to the end.
Wow.
Yeah. But we always leave with a couple of questions that we have for all our guests. So the first question is, if you could be a fly on the wall anywhere during the Viking Age, but I guess in your case specifically at Birka, and to just go back in time as a fly on the wall and experience something that happened during like the Viking Age at Birka, what would that be?
It would be when Birka disappeared. Why? What happened? I want to be a fly on the wall, somewhere close to the garrison, to the warrior's house when it was attacked. I want to know why. And
so how much do we know, like exactly when it disappeared, or?
Yeah, from the excavations they say like around 970, 975.
Okay. So, but they don't know why at all, or?
It's a lot of different theories, of course. I have one.
Okay, what's your theory?
I think it was the king himself that attacked Birka.
Okay.
Because I think that they have tried to convert Birka for over 100 years, back and forward. And I think also it could be like a early king-noble conflict. I think that maybe the king have started to lose the control of the trade. Maybe the traders and the people that was living on Birka have become very rich and very powerful, and they have friends all over the then known world. And so I think that he hired soldiers to attack Birka, and then he moved the town to Sigtuna.
Because that's what happened. I know that. So because
otherwise I cannot understand that these like professional warriors didn't even have time to pick up their weapons. They couldn't protect the town this time when they have done it so many times before. So it must be something more than just a regular attack.
Okay. That is an interesting theory. Do you know any other theories around, or?
Yes, they have been talking about that the water level in the lake were changing so much, so they couldn't go there by big boats anymore, and they've been talking about that everything burnt down and sicknesses, and so it's a lot of different theories.
Yeah,
I think most people agree that it is economical and
I think
religions, political things.
I think your theory sounds more exciting.
Yeah, and it would make a good movie.
It would.
Yeah.
It would definitely make a good movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure about that. All right. So here's the mother of all questions.
Mm-hmm.
Would you have wanted to live during the Viking Age? Knowing what you know today, especially.
I don't think so.
Okay. Why not?
Because it was probably very cold, and I would have been dead a lot of times because I have not eaten a lot of penicillin and went to surgeries and stuff. And
I mean, yes, you could die from a splinter for sure.
Yeah.
That is that question.
Yeah.
But what do you think? I've always kind of been curious, and we never really dug into this with other guests. But what do you think about like adopting to that kind of society? Because we don't really know a lot about what the Viking society was. But
No.
I would assume that it actually would be quite different from the society we live in right now.
Yes.
And obviously.
Obviously very
Yeah.
different, yeah.
So it would be really difficult to adapt, don't you think?
Yeah. But I also think that they have a big feeling of belonging. I think it was very important to have like your family, your kin. I think a lot of things maybe was easier because you didn't need to know what was happening in Gaza or in like
it was just where you are right now.
Yeah, they were there and they were in their group of people, and so of course it was really, really tough, and it was probably cold and smoky in the houses, and so. But I also think they have a feeling of belonging that a lot of people is lacking today.
I think you're right. I think you're right, especially since it was also like an oral community. Like there were no books really, so all the stories were from mouth to mouth and all that stuff. So it was a different time in like human connections. I would assume, having not really experienced it, but yeah, I would assume that. It's interesting though, because I think there's only 2 people who have said that they would want to live during the Viking Age. Can you guess at least one of them? I'll give you a hint. You know him.
I know him.
Yes.
Faravidden.
Yeah, of course. Faravidden of Ugla said without a doubt he would want to live then.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised, but that was fun. Personally, I don't think, like knowing what I know today, I don't think I could live during the Viking Age. I think it's a very harsh community, very different morality and ethics than what we're used to. I think modern people would, no matter who you are, would have a really hard time adapting to that mentality. However, obviously, if you were born during that time, you wouldn't know anything different. But
no. But being dropped down from 2025 down to
and I also think
very hard.
And I also think that you're absolutely right, because obviously family ties and stuff like that was so important during the Viking Age. So if you're dropped down into that world without any connections, you're really, really vulnerable.
Yeah, really.
Yeah. So that will be really tough, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here today, Veronica. And hopefully we'll see you at Birka very soon. I would love to go back there soon. And good luck with Alva Blut and all the new things that's coming in Birka. And for all of you guys listening and watching, whenever you come to Sweden, you have to visit Birka. It's a wonderful place. It's a magical place. And it's, as I said before, it's a place where you can actually feel history unfold before your very eyes.
I think you cannot come closer.
Not much.
No.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this episode, check out our other episodes on our YouTube channel, Spotify, and other podcast streaming services. And also, subscribe to support our work. Thanks for listening.